Hey guys, Mr. 3D here, and welcome to today's loadout video. In today's loadout video, I'm basically not going to be doing a pilot loadout, but this time I'm doing a Titan loadout. And this one's going to be focused on Monarch. I like to call this loadout the bootleg tone loadout. Now, this loadout, as pretty much the name states, is going to be kind of a bootleg version of Tone, but it's going to be a bit more better, I suppose, compared to Tone. Now, it may not be your type, but I find that this loadout can be quite aggressive, but quite supportive if you play your cards right. This loadout here will allow you to, once you hit your third tier, allow you to provide as much support for both your teammates and any players on the field if you're in a very tough situation, or if the enemy needs to be weakened as quickly as possible. Now, be aware that you probably won't be getting a lot of kills with this, depending on your playstyle and depending on how aggressive you want to be with this. But I find that using this, you can be offensive, you can be defensive, or you can be really supportive. And also, like I said, the main point of this loadout is for you to be kind of a bootleg version of Tone, but more damaging and more supportive compared to Tone. But anyways, let's go into the main loadout. Right, so your main core ability is going to be the missile racks. This is going to basically allow you to have more missiles than usual for your main core ability for class 1. Your second class is going to be Maelstrom. Now, Maelstrom basically allows me to shoot out smoke around my area, and it also allows me to basically cover my tracks while outputting a bit more damage than a normal electric smoke would be doing. This comes in great handy when you're playing Titan Brawl or playing attrition or anything like that, as most Titans, when they see you and they see you in a doom state, they always want to try to execute you. Now, by you releasing your Maelstrom, this will be doing a little bit more damage than usual, but popping 2 at least within the given time, and you dash out of it in time while you're still firing on the target, will basically doom them by the time they exit it. And then at this point there, if you have friendlies or if you're quick enough, you'll be able to execute them there and then. Now, I did think about this. I was actually thinking about using rearm and reload, as that basically allows me to reload my main class abilities and my main prime abilities and my main prime weapon at a much quicker rate. However, I thought that probably won't be a good idea, considering that missile racks is only good if you're in a close range situation and if your shots are 100% accurate and on the dot. It's kind of risky to go head on with another Titan in a close range situation using missile racks, as since you don't have a shield, you can easily get killed there and then. And lastly, a third core now is going to be the multi-target missile. This here is the core ability that's going to basically allow you to support your teammates as much as possible while dishing out a good amount of damage depending on the Titan. One thing I do know is that by using this core ability, you can get a Titan's health down from whatever level it is. Say for example, if we have Ronin that's standing still, it will go from a 3 bar down to a 2 bar if we lock onto all your rockets onto that one target. This is quite good when you think about it. And the fact that it is a lock-on ability, that basically means that you can lock on to multiple Titans, not just one, but multiple. So you can spread out the joy, and your teammates will be able to come in and deal with cleaning up, or even providing more support fire. In many ways, you can become very annoying with this loadout. Lastly, one of your main Titan kit is going to be the Overcore. I don't really need to go into this to explain, but Overcore basically allows you to have an extra 30% to your main core ability. This is going to come in handy, considering the fact that Monarch is a Titan that focuses on upgrading his main core ability. So going with a core ability like this, and basically trying to get to rank 2, or basically rank 3 as quickly as possible, is probably the best method for you. While you're at it, for your pilot, do go for Titan Hunter, as that basically allows you that every time you destroy or doom a Titan, you get a 10% to your Titan meter. This as well comes in handy for quickly getting your Monarch as quickly as possible, and basically getting to your next core abilities as quickly and, like I said, as possible without little to no damage. Now, gameplay wise, you want to play as passive as possible at first. Let your teammates take all the brunt and burden. Your first stage is going to be your weakest stage, and that's the stage where you're too vulnerable. You go in headlong with your loadout now, and you will get destroyed there and then. And then this loadout will be pretty much useless for you. as this loadout to begin with isn't aggressive, and you can't play an aggressive style until you hit at least your second to third stage. So let your teammates take all the burden. Support them by firing back at the Titans and letting them back away. Use your rockets when needed. Ideally, I would say use your rockets when the enemy group up together, as if your rockets do miss one target, it'll most likely hit your next target. Or better off, make sure you use it in closer situations. For example, when Ronin decides to get extra cocky and get up close to you, you can then use your, electric smokes and use your missile racks to do an extra bit of damage as well. If, for example, Ronin does come up into your face, try and back away very slowly. And try to, don't ADS with the weapon, try to hip fire with it and try to get out of your situation as quickly as possible. If Ronin is in that situation with you, that means his fellow other Titans are with him. That basically means that you're in a very tough situation, as Ronin can stop you, paralyze you, and pretty much weaken you there and then. Try and back away out of that situation slowly. Use your electric smoke to cover your ground. If not, use it to slow down Ronin. Fire away at him slowly as well. And also use your missile racks to do as much damage as possible. Make sure you use your rearm as well to stay and put as much heat and pressure onto Ronin. The more damage Ronin takes, the more that Ronin will probably start to panic and start to back away out of the situation. If he doesn't back away, but he's willing to take damage, basically go in and do as much damage as possible. If the enemy team is on his lead though, back away, get out of that situation as quickly as possible and recoup your friendlies. If everything goes as planned, you should be now at your core 2. Your core 2 now will basically be a Maelstrom. This is going to come in extra handy. If that Ronin comes in again and wants to harass you even more, release your Maelstrom and watch the damage number fly against Ronin. Ronin will be even more weakened and a bit more scared when it comes down to taking you on. You can phase in and out as much as you want, and you can block as much as you want. However, the amount of damage he's taken from the Maelstrom and the amount of damage he's taken from you as well should be enough to the point of where you'll be able to keep on damaging him and then at least push him back further to get him away from you. If he doesn't and he decides to use his overcore, don't worry in this type of situation. Just back away, use your Maelstrom and keep backing away, and use your missile racks as well with your extra damage missiles and keep firing at him. Make sure you also use your dash core ability as well to dash out of the situation. Don't let Ronin get up close to you and damage you with his sword, because that's his main. At best, that's where many Ronin players try to do as much damage as possible. If he's in his overcore, he'll do even more damage with his sword ability, and you want to avoid that as much as possible. So keep moving backwards, or move whatever is safest for you. Keep damaging him, keep using Maelstrom and your missile racks, and then if everything does go as planned, hopefully your teammates should be able to come in and help you, or either he'll back away to the point of where he won't be able to attack you anymore because he's taking on too much damage. Now, if you do survive this counter, and I do hope you do, you should now hit your third and your final form. This should be now your multi-target missiles. This here basically allows you to be a bit more aggressive now. Instead of you running from Ronin, now you can actually take him on head on. You now have your missile racks that give you an extra few missiles, and now you have your multi-target missile as well that basically allows you to lock onto your target and do a lot more damage to them. I found that when Ronin is going up against me as a player, they have to worry about the type of damage I sustain onto them. At best, most Ronin players will not keep attacking me, because by the time I use my missile racks, my multi-target missiles in conjunction, my Maelstrom and my main primary weapon as well, they'll be at the point of where they either have half health or they have 1 bar of health left. If that does become the case, either they'll try to get cocky and try to finish you off, or in many situations, they try to back away. If they back away with a sword, push onto them and keep putting more fire. Make sure you use your rearm and your reload as well, as this basically rearms your whole missile racks, your Maelstrom and your multi-target missiles as well. Keep putting more pressure onto him to the point where he gets in Doom State. Once he hits Doom State, that's when he will start to turn heat and run away. Now you can either chase after him and try to finish him off. However, if you do that, there's a case that he'll run back to his enemy friendlies and pretty much turn the switch on you. Or you could go back to your buddies and help them out. 9 times out of 10, if you go back to your buddies, you'll most likely see that Ronin again. He'll most likely get executed by your friendlies. If you do go back to your friendlies though, use this as an opportunity to provide them as much support fire from distance. your multi-target missile does quite a lot of damage. Not shockingly amazing damage like Tone's core ability would, but just good enough damage to the point of where the enemy team won't be pushing up to you very much. And now, unless the enemy team has an Ion that's able to take on the missiles that you shoot back at them, they'll be in a very deep and troubling situations. Even Tone's particle wall isn't enough to protect you or protect them against the barrage of missiles you throw at them. And the fact that you can do this 2 times, as long as you have your rearm reload prepared with you, basically means that you can provide them with aggressive sustained firepower from distance, medium, or even close range if you want to. And I found to have a lot of luck using this loadout on open field maps. Fields where you don't have a lot of cover, as with the amount of rockets being fired, they won't have enough time to run away and protect themselves. So, in conjunction with this loadout, all you want to do for your first stage and your second stage is play passive. Let's play as passive as possible. Stick with your teammates and upgrade yourself to get your 3rd core. When you get your 3rd core, you can then basically be a bit more aggressive with your playstyle, and you can provide as much more support fire for your teammates using your multi-target missiles. Do be aware though that if you don't stick with your teammates and you decide to go Rambo in your first stage, you will get killed quite easily. But you need to be aware that your missile racks as well in Core 1 aren't accurate compared to it in your 3rd form. So you need to kind of predict the situation, and you need to predict where the enemy is going to be, how much enemy is going to be there, and whether it's a good idea to actually chance it and use your missiles and take out and try to damage them as much as possible, or whether you should back out and let your teammates take the brunt force, and for you to basically do as much damage as possible until you upgrade. Your multi-target missiles is actually quite amazing and quite damaging as well. So try and use that as much as possible, and make sure, please, I must say this multiple times, but please make sure that you use your rearm and reload as much as possible as well. This here will basically allow you to rearm yourself with new missile racks, and if you're in your 3rd core, to also rearm yourself with new multi-target missiles. So basically you can do this 2 times. You can dash out 2 times the amount of damage against enemies as long as you put the heat on them. But this is just me, and this is just my loadout, and whether you like to change it up a bit or not is up to you. But this is the loadout for those that like to be offensive and supportive at the same time. So by all means, this is the end of the video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, a comment, and subscribe for more. If you didn't, then by all means leave a dislike. I understand, and I know where to improve on in the nearby future. Once again guys, thanks for watching. Do be aware, I'll be doing more of these loadouts for Monarch, as Monarch has quite a few core abilities that can mix and match and make a kind of nice loadout for you guys. But like I said, thanks for all watching, and I do hope to see you all again soon.